Well,
We can't.
before I move on from Madrid, we win the Classico, big game this weekend, 2-1. Barcelona was the better team. But this man, by Jude Bellingham, his
Yeah,
man
boy.
he scored a rocket. And people saying how long he keep it up for. Initially, I thought this man would have stopped scoring after 5 or 6 games. He
Yeah.
man
To
had
be honest
13
with you,
goals in
I was
13
like,
games.
okay, normally you go on a little scoring break and it could be like a 4 goal or
Yeah.
5 goal, but this how long? How many weeks? How many games? We don't know. 8 games or
13
13
games,
games?
13
You're
goals.
Champions League too.
The only other Real Madrid players to do that was Cristiano Ronaldo and Di Stefano. Two of the greatest players to ever play for the club. I
But
don't
the
want to
thing
put
about
no
but the
big
difference,
heavyweight on the man's
but
shoulders,
the
but
difference with Jude Bellingham is that Jude Bellingham was never a goal scorer. Cristiano
that's
Ronaldo
it.
came in as a goal scorer, but
He came in at the prime of his career. Jude
yeah,
is 20.
Jude is
So,
only 20.
but I want to talk about that. All credit to Jude. Man scored a wicked bullet. But I feel that Ancelotti get any tactics wrong with Real Madrid, but because unless Jude Bellingham going to score 50 goals for we this season in every single game we play,
Mm-hmm.
because I will tell you, we beat Barcelona in the 92nd minute with a Jude Bellingham goal. We beat Celta Vigo in the 94th minute with a Jude Bellingham goal. We beat Union Berlin in the 95th minute with a Jude Bellingham goal, which goes to show that we're not really playing the football.
Well, let's turn it into Manchester United.
Now we do it in proper added time, not
Okay.
extra
Yeah.
added time. But that goes to show that the style of football, Jude pull away out of holes that we playing ourselves into because we're not
Mm-hmm.
scoring. And I feel, my personal perspective is that we have Vinicius Junior, who has shown for the past 2 to 3 seasons that he's a world class player, and we're playing in a system that doesn't suit him. I feel we could even change the system and accommodate Jude Bellingham. But Ancelotti, he just like to start either Toni Kroos or Modric in each game. And by
Yeah.
doing that, you can't play Bellingham, Kroos, and Chouameni across the centre.
You can't.
So, what will happen now if Real Madrid decide to buy
Kylian?
Kylian Mbappe?
Yeah.
So we got a proper number 9. And I find we
But
wasting.
then,
And
but
Vinny just
yeah,
signed out until 2027. So
yeah,
I
but
find
then,
we need to improve
but then Kylian don't like to play in the
in the
center either.
centers. Yeah, so but he had to go and fight Vinicius Junior, who's a fan favorite. So
I think
I just think
Benzema is
Real
a big
Madrid need
miss.
to.
I think Benzema threw
Yeah,
Ancelotti in a loop. I mean,
yeah.
look, it worked for early years. That Benzema Vinny combination, Benzema, I mean, Vinny is ridiculous. This late run into the box and finish, the man was look outwardly right, but
Yeah.
um, I don't know if Jude could. I don't know if Jude could really keep this up. And
Yeah.
no,
Stats will
no,
tell you, and
well,
you know,
keeping it up is one thing. It's just that you see, and no, I'm not saying Barcelona is a bad side. Barcelona is a very good side. They actually played well, right? I think this young boy a little too aggressive though, Gavi. I don't know what is wrong with
Xavi.
this man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think when you go into the Champions League and maybe Real Madrid will go into the latter stages of the Champions League, and we come up against the Peps and the Bayerns
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
things.
a debate.
I think they will put something to nullify June. But what is Real Madrid? You see, what is the game plan? Where's the second?
Let's watch that. Jude
Like
had a
where you
poor
going
game,
after?
He had
Yeah.
a poor game. He had a shot from outside the box, and then he scored in the 92nd minute because Modric miscontrolled the ball. Like I'll give him credit. He's gambling and making the runs nobody else
No,
making, and he putting
okay.
himself in the
I
position.
know we was having this conversation, and I know I will represent my master partner, Carlo, here. And Carlo was saying that he honestly find that Jude Bellingham just score some scrappy goals, and some of the goals were scrappy. But at the end of the day, yes, they were scrappy. Some was some defensive mistake. Union Berlin one I think went through, and then he find a way whatever. But at the end of the day, look, he's there to score the goals, and scoring goals is
He
scoring
gambling,
goals. So
yeah.
you
He
can't take that
gambling
away
and
from the
putting
man.
himself in the position. Nah,
Exactly.
you
He
can't.
making it run. He putting himself. I mean, the man moving like a striker. You understand? The man is fine. And sometimes all we know, what is one rule of thumb when it comes to sport? When you're good and you have a good run, the ballers follow you. And when you're real bad, like in cricket, the ballers follow you too. You understand? So the ball is just under by his foot, and he doesn't know what to do with it.
Right, so before we move on from La Liga, I just want to make a quick mention of Girona, who sits top of the table still with Real Madrid. 9 wins from
The
11
Man
games.
City
I don't know
second
what's going on
string
with this team.
team, the Man City
The Man
Spanish
City
contingent.
So there's a guy called Savio who actually said that if he performs for Girona, he knows City is watching and it's his opportunity to step up into Man City. All right, so just a quick word to them. I don't know if there are any Girona fans who'll ever be watching this podcast. But I want to move across to England.
Right.
And before we address the Manchester Derby, big note, I want to make note and mention of Liverpool and Mohamed Salah. And, oh God, I'm sorry if I say this man's name wrong. Dominic Sobasolai.
Yes, Shabasal. Yeah,
He,
Shabaslai.
Shabaslai, right. So
From
Liverpool
Dortmund.
actually look like they have a midfield now. And
Yeah,
Mohamed Salah is in a good goal
yeah.
scoring
And
run.
Shabaslai is this nice. He's a very unlike them fellas. He's an attacking midfielder. He have a shot on him. You know, he actually scored some good goals.
Yeah.
I haven't really
This
seen
boy,
Liverpool play much this season. Salah
I
just
see. Yeah, but the midfield looking good.
yeah,
Midfield looking good. And then, remember, top of the league, nobody expected there's so much games going in the Premier League 10.
yeah.
Tottenham Hotspurs, boy, new manager without Harry Kane, and they have the most points ever in Spurs history after 10 games. And
Yeah.
they're looking consistent.
They're looking very consistent. They sign his boy James Madison. See, this is the thing that's gonna be mad because Chelsea are trying to sign him, but I guess we're focusing on youth. But that's the issue. Sometimes they need a little bit of experience in the side. And like
Yeah.
every league, Dinesh, you will know too. Like I mean, looking at the Spanish league, there are always these fellas who maybe never play for the big guys, right? Who play for the mid-table teams, but they always have the quality. You understand?
Yeah.
Example, let me call one from Spain. Santi Cazorla was one of them fellas in
Santi
them
Cazorla.
from
Yeah,
Villarreal.
so some of them. Inaki
I mean,
Williams.
yeah. So England has these, and James Madison is one. We have this guy, um, um, we have James Madison. We have some of them fellas in Newcastle, right? Who
Yeah.
who don't look spicy and who don't look thing, but they do what they do and they do it well.
They get the job
James
done.
Ward-Prowse is the next guy. You could think, them fellas
He's
they
the guy
just
with the
come
free
and
kicks.
play the free. I mean, look, nobody expected them. Harry Kane left. Houston Min has looked at different player. No, I'm not saying he was bad. They had a good partnership, but I guess now,
Yeah.
you really see what big players are. Yeah? Houston Min come there, he partner gone, and the man has taken Spurs basically on, and he has said, "Look, I had to carry this side now. I is a big name
Okay.
here now, and he doing it, and." Kudos to the coach. Nobody expected
Kudos to
them
the
to be
coach,
here.
yeah.
People still come now and you hear people say, well, they do still not expecting them to be there to the end. But albeit so, look, we see it already and we can't doubt it. Leicester City won a league. And if Leicester
Exactly.
City can win a league, why not
Oh,
Spurs?
come on. I'll put a little more respect on Spurs than Leicester City. Leicester City did it out of the blue. Spurs is at, they don't win nothing. Dizzy laughing stock in the terms of
And
winning
and,
stuff,
and,
but they
and
have a
Spurs
good team.
and Spurs in a situation that that Chelsea was supposed to be in, given the fact that we don't have
They
as
don't
much
have
European big football, Spurs in the same position. The difference with Spurs is that they can score goals. So yeah, because that's the difference with them.
But let me move over
Well.
to
Let
this
me talk a
other
little
game.
bit about
Go ahead.
the Manchester derby, right?
Yeah, let me go to that
So, okay,
Manchester
I
derby.
will just say it first. I don't want to talk Chelsea. My partner Imran here. Yes, as usual, we can score goals, and that's the normal thing. Um, I don't know what to say. We Levant. We play in Spurs next, but I'm telling you something, and I'm making a prediction here. I have a feeling if Spurs come out to play, you will see Chelsea playing better ball against Spurs because Chelsea playing this kind of open football. If Spurs want to win, Spurs hold up, play 4-5-1, leave Houston with nobody, and in the 89 minute, get one chance and score it, and the game done. Right? But the Manchester Derby, now, wait boy. Well, I was telling myself, well, I had a rough Saturday. Well, it always makes me feel better when Manchester United lose. But the thing about it is that Manchester United, boy, I don't know, like they're 3 points ahead of us. They're on eighth place, we 11th. They minus, I think, 5 goal difference, right? But I could still see, like we issue, like I've been honest with fellas, right? My issue with my club is that even though we're not playing well, is that we play well, but we can't score. And that's something I could see. Where's the issue. I know what the problem is. We had to fix the problem. But Manchester has so much problems, boy.
Well, let us start with one. And
Yeah.
then these Manchester men said is only want to give Ten Hag talk, but I just call out Ancelotti that he needs to fix his system for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
When last you see a manager get so much things wrong in one game? Let me start with this. The man have a left back, Sergio Reguilon,
Yeah, from
and he
Spurs.
didn't play. He played with Victor Lindelof at left back. He's a centre back.
Mm-hmm.
So you play a man out of position. 1. 2. You have Bruno Fernandes, who's arguably one of your better players and better performing players over the years. But you put him on the right-hand side.
As a right winger.
Because Scott McTominay scored 2 goals to win a game against Sheffield United. So them 2 goals just make Scott McTominay
Your centre attacking midfielder.
better
than Bruno Fernandes.
Away, what Bruno doing all this time. So 2 goals in one game in the last 3 minutes of a game. There was even a dominant Scott McTominay performance. The man scored 2 goals.
No, it wasn't. It was just like yeah.
Right? And the man take the position of your attacking player. What? Marcus Rashford. How long is he going to continue to play and not pass the ball to Rasmus Højlund? And then Højlund, I watched this game. Højlund was one of the only fellas out there who giving it all. Man running after everything. They're putting the ball too long for the man, going straight at us and he running after him. And you take him off.
Yeah, let me say something
Ten Hag
about
just
Rasmus
get
Højlund.
everything wrong.
Before you go, right? You're going after. If Rasmus Højlund was in Chelsea, he'd have about 10 goals already. I tell you, I'll be honest with you.
To the guy, boy.
But this is, you understand the problem we're having, right? We don't have a striker. All of them men have a very good striker. And the man are passing the ball. The man are passing the ball, though. I don't understand.
But I'm going to continue on to my Ten Hag rant, you know.
They
the man by
continue.
Mason Mount in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the arguably your biggest game of the season, the Manchester Derby. Your summer signing don't start in this game. You didn't play.
No.
Your big signing last year, Anthony, can't get a start in this game. So what players you bring? You bringing these players in to sit on the bench to play Eriksen?
Right. Exactly. You're bringing Anthony. But...
Right. And Garnacho coming on before Anthony.
Yeah.
Probably rightfully so.
No, probably rightfully so. Because Anthony is 2-2.
But he is.
Yeah.
And I see some commentators talk about managers in the past always bringing in players that they like from the leagues that they know now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you have seen that, but there is a big gap between the Eredivisie and the English Premier League.
Yeah.
So players who probably shine in the Eredivisie not necessarily going to shine in the Premier League.
No, okay.
You see it with Dominic van der Beek, and that was a few years ago.
Hey, he doesn't. He ever play like 2 games or 3 games straight for that club? He's still in the club, and Van der Beek. I think
I don't even know where he is right now. I really don't know where he is.
But I agree with what you're saying there, because I mean, let me tell you something. How much players? I mean, we're trying to follow the what? Okay, how much few players from Dutch we see? I mean, we had a few. We had Van Nistelrooy, Zlatan went on, not initially in England, but Van Nistelrooy came across, right? We had Van Persie and fellas would have come from Holland. But recently speaking, we had Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech was one of the best players in the league, and he came and look, he did okay. Not really okay. Maybe a 4 out of 10.
He's a top-class player, right? He could play.
I mean, he went in
the
World Cup, and he actually had a good performance for Morocco in the World Cup. But the thing about it is that Erik Ten Hag signs these players. Manchester have nobody else but Erik Ten Hag signs these players. There's no excuse. Erik Ten Hag signed Mason Mount. Erik Ten Hag signed... What about Sofian Amrabat? Right?
I forgot somebody there. The man started Johnny Evans in front of Rafa Varane. And he said it's because of tactics.
Because of tactics. Right? You have Rafa Varane, who is arguably a best defender, who came from Real Madrid, right? younger, and you played Johnny Evans.
Johnny
Um,
Evans.
I honestly, and I said it to some of them fellas yesterday. I told it to Imran. I feel Ten Hag on a job suicide kind of thing, but maybe is he
He tried
trying
to
to
get
force
himself
it?
fired.
Is he trying to force himself out? Well, if he wants to force himself out, he could do like Cristiano Ronaldo and call Piers Morgan and just have an interview. You understand? That is all.
Well, boy, I don't know, yes?
No, because
Eric
okay,
Ten Hag.
we talk about that. What about this now? I think he takes off Sofian Amrabat and he brings on. Did he bring on Mason Mount after?
Mason Mount, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah. It's just weird, dog. It's just weird that he could. Why would you play Bruno Fernandes, who is arguably a best player for the last few years besides David De Gea? What do you think about Anthony and Doku situation there?
I think that's a red card.
I think so
That
too.
was blatant. That was intentional. He went twice. He missed
Yeah.
the first time and he went back.
Well, he
That is
could
a
have
red
got
card.
one for the kick. He could have got one for the initial kick, yellow, and then he
Yep.
could have got one for slapping down with the man hand.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. But well, it's Manchester United. But I mean, if that was other teams, I mean, I understand they talk about this penalty decision. I mean, it was sometimes I
That
might
penalty decision that goal was just a mat. I tell you, I watched that entire game. I was sorry. I stopped watching after. I didn't really see the Anthony part live. I was like, this game is over. After Haaland scored again, I was like, this game is over. It's just how much Man City is going to score.
Mm-hmm.
They have no discernible style of play for Manchester United. And if you're saying it, have no excuse, I hear Gary Neville making excuses. He's saying that even though Eric Ten Hag, made all these purchases, it's not his fault, it's the board fault. Because a man this is his analogy. He say if a child keep asking a parent to buy gifts and the parent keep buying gifts, is it the child's fault? And in my head,
What?
right, as an adult, I was like, is Eric Ten Hag a child? You can't be using the analogy of a child
What?
to make sense out of what Ten Hag is doing.
So what are you
He's
trying to
asking
say?
for these
Eric Ten
players.
Hag, daddy giving him sweetie and causing him to get cavities. And he asking daddy, can I have another lollipop? And he say, yes, son. Which lollipop you want? You want this? You want a Onana lollipop? You want this lollipop? And the cavities is who? Daddy fault? And this is the thing I don't understand with Manchester fans,
but this is what I don't get. Like, that clearly shows Ten Hag is the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
He's asking for players who don't suit the style of whatever Manchester United, well, even what style they play.
You get United fans saying, oh well, they like to come, oh, let's spend $1 billion, blah blah blah. Or let's spend $1 billion too. And actually for this season, or let's spend almost, I think I saw £400 million, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Possibly.
Right? Possibly. But the thing about it is that Eric Ten Hag asks for these players though. You understand? And what going on right now is that I guess I know what's going on with Casemiro. I feel Casemiro just fed up. I feel Casemiro just trying to say, look, let me go Saudi, boy. I can be
might as well.
let me go Saudi and I'm with CR7 and them fellas and them, boy. I can be I feel Ten Hag didn't say me too.
Put my reputation at risk now.
Yeah, I feel Ten Hag will be saying, boy, let me go Saudi too, boy. You understand why they deal with this thing for? But at the end of the day, I find there's a lot of excuses. I find Ten Hag, firstly, they have a lot of issues in Manchester. They have the whole issue with Anthony's an issue. They have the issue with Sancho's an issue, which was caused by Eric Ten Hag, as far as I'm concerned. Because at the end of the day, if Ferguson was in that club, Ferguson pelt David Beckham with a what? Shoe?
Yep.
But he pelted it in the locker room. You understand? And David Beckham went in the speculation, and all that was done. Everything was done behind doors. Now, today now, as we speak, there's a whole thing going on now. So United now has the Ten Hag problem. They have the next problem is the Glazers problem. Then they have the Anthony problem. They have the Garnacho problem, the Onana problem. I don't know what other problem they have, but they have a next problem, the Rashford problem. Because I want to see how Eric Ten Hag is going to handle Marcus Rashford today. So Marcus Rashford left the Manchester derby Manchester fans who paid pounds and a crown to go and watch this game, people who traveled and go into Manchester to watch this derby and saw basically, I mean, people was frustrated. I mean, all of we knew it, and traveled and going through this trippiness and look at a Marcus Rashford performance that was, you saw that performance, Dinesh? Ridiculously. This man just don't care. I watch it too. Right? He didn't.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was very horrible. And then on top of that now, albeit today is his birthday, went out to one of the most lavish clubs in Manchester to celebrate the birthday party. And what does that tell people? Now, I wonder how Eric Ten Hag going to handle that. Because at the end of the day, yes, it is his time and he could celebrate his birthday. But I mean, a normal thinking individual, and it's like I say, it come back to the term I used before, optics. It's how it is look. How it is look unto the fans to look. Because he could have gone home. He's Marcus Rashford. He could have said, look, I know let fellas plan something for my fellas. Dinesh, boy, I know let plan something for me, but right now, things are looking good. I can't be outside, let me just do something in my house quiet now. You understand? Let me just do something on that closed doors.
Not every big birthday. Not everybody going to fall on a Manchester derby,
Yeah, exactly. You understand? So how does he look? Because he sits down there with the highest paid, I think it's £350,000 a week again, if I'm not mistaken, right? He had the highest salary in Manchester United. He doesn't pass the ball, right? And honestly, looking at some punditry this today, he is Manchester United. Basically, Manchester United fans tend to do this. And this is just about the loyalty, but they tend to sometimes put players on a pedestal higher than they really are. Because I have seen players come over here and other fans, Manchester fans come here and compare Marcus Rashford to somebody. When not compare, put them in the same list with the Mbappes, with the De Bruyne's, with the Lewandowski's. You understand? But he is not, because these men show one thing, Dinesh. They show something which is consistency. Marcus Rashford had a very good season last year. He had a stupid season this year. And the season before it was bad too. And the season before he was okay.
But to me, last season was his best season ever.
Exactly.
And I know about Rashford for a long time.
Yeah. So,
thanks for taking in this episode of SportsLime. Feel free to comment below if you like this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to know when we bring out any future content. See you in the next episode.